We have a new tournament taking place in Age of Mythology Retold called Satfat's Set Shenanigans, hosted by Satfat, or at least paid for by Satfat. The bounty is $500, and it's got some show matches from some very strong players. I casted some of these games with Boit. There was a best of 7 between Kavoth and Pegasus, two of my favorite players to watch, and this is probably the highlight game out of all of those games that these guys played. If you want to catch everything, I'll link down to Boit's stream where you can catch all the rest of the games, but this one is a banger.
But he is going to be playing as Boitus. Boits. Boits. What was it? Zeus? Boys. No, I don't know.
I'm Boitus. Yeah. They're good enough. And Pegasus on the right side is going to be playing the Frey, which is the Rapple. The Frey. Playing the Norse god in this one.
Therapple.
The
like Themis. Therapple. So then you have to combine
Thefra. I don't know.
Zephyr. It's Zephyr on the right hand corner of the map.
I can't even say Frey. I can't even say Frey properly, so I'll just say it like this. That's what Neil Gaiman says in his book that I listen to, so that's good enough for me. So that's why I call him Frey.
I'm a fan. Perfect.
And we have the early docks coming down, of course. We're going to be on the right side, and then Kavoth going to be searching for the food on this other side. It looks like how the fish have kind of spawned is that there's there's the 3 pretty close, and then they're all on the sides. It's pretty well.
Yeah, normally this actually favors the Norse player because obviously they don't lose a whole lot from the walking time.
Yeah, looks like the Pegasus Berserk is trying to see what he can see if he can see any fish on this right side. He has scouted the bottom left side, so he does know that there's some on that side, but maybe wanting to go on this right position instead. And then Kavoth, what's he seen? He's also seen that there's some on the side, so both players know what they're up against, and will be having a big old fish boom from the left side, at least.
And it's really important to get a little bit of a scout in. Like, there's a couple of naughty sort of openings that Zeus can do here that we don't really see a huge amount of the time, but for example, you can go 1 dock 3 fish advance and then start building the fish again after you advance, and that gets you your Heracles out, and you can just go and sit that in your opponent's base, cause a bunch of idle time, and you don't really lose out that much on the fish boom. Of course you lose out a little bit, but you can do that idea. And alternatively, the freight train, that is this Pegasus thing, you can go for a rush here. Full all-out rush, and just drop a Asgardian Bastion on your opponent's face.
Just hill fort right in the face. Right on that gold mine. Yeah, I mean that could be pretty rough. I mean a lot of times it's kind of everyone goes for a boom. It's not often you see many rushes on these maps, but makes them even more potent if you barely see them.
Yeah.
The temple. Well, coming down for Pegasus on the bottom side, going for the late advance time for both sides, and there's a temple coming up for Kavoth. So both guys doing the same thing. Got a dock on this left side for Kavoth, and second dock on the top side for Pegasus. So yeah, both guys booming up a storm, and even the temple going to be in a pretty defensive position up against these annoying hoplites that are going to inevitably come at some point from Kavoth to start destroying all these docks, destroying all these buildings. So Pegasus playing 1 step ahead, brings his temple in right next to the town center. Because I mean, you're probably not going to be building many farms, so why not? Why not right next to the town center?
I guess part of the reason for this is it allows you to throw those walls up and protect yourself from the Heracles thing, right? But yeah, you can basically defend Jason Heracles Minotaur with just pure Herser. It's not a problem.
Yeah, also having your temple as a wall against Zeus is sometimes just a massive mistake. And losing the temple is just so rough at times. And Magnus Barefeet. That is one hell of a name for a Hersa. Is going to be finding Ula's bow. He's going through Ula, and he's going to be grabbing Ula's bow. Increases line of sight of your ranged soldiers, so that's going to really help. Oh, no, he isn't. He isn't. No, Jason. Or John Thomas is going to be collecting it. What?
Yeah, John Thomas.
He's going to be...
He's in there.
Taking that one home. It's going to be helping his Toxotes out instead.
Have you seen the next hero in this lineup?
I have. He isn't out. No. We're just up to the next stage. But yes, we have seen it. It is one hell of a name.
We're not allowed to click on that one. I may or may not have mouse hovered over it by accident. Whoops.
I'm assuming he was happy to be called that.
Well,
yeah.
Sometimes you don't get to choose your nicknames. You know what I mean?
And everyone's just jealous. That's it. Everyone's jealous. But they can't.
So one
bench
idea
4
here,
plates.
I guess, on the side of the Frere, because you can't really spend all that food. I mean, you can just spam out Hersa, I guess, but you could put a market down, sell the food early on.
Yeah,
get
be the
yourself
first
extra
to sell.
gold, and then play like that.
Yeah, I think that's a big play. Being able to be the first one to sell. He's already got what have we got? The 18 fishing ships from Pegasus. So yeah, if he's got 400. If he just slowly sells it, it'll be a really nice play. But Catastropher's coming in, being annoying. Both sides are spamming up some buildings for now. There is an armory coming in from Pegasus. Oh, the Minotaur raid coming in, knocking all of those dwarves away, and could potentially get a kill. No, there's going to be a sentry tower there, but big damage to all of those dwarves. That's looking rough.
Always sneaky Minotaur raid. It's
I don't know how they do it.
It's a scary unit.
Oh, even the bolt on the Hersa going down, but I think the Minotaur's just lost too much HP at that point. I respect the play. I think it was just a little bit late. And then the
Pegasus is actually going into mass berserks early on. I love this. He's got no gold in the bank or wood in the bank to actually spend the food he's got, but he is spamming out berserks to deal with the early heroes. And that
tries to get the
fantastic.
house down as well. Should be able to take out John. Oh, 4 HP does get out of there. The Jason and the berserk's going to run back.
Is here to help out another day with your financial needs.
As a tanky lad, apparently. Sentry tower trying to come through. It does take a solid while for Pegasus playing as the Fray to be able to get any upgrades in, but it will be in eventually. And that will deter those hoplites just a little bit, and then Bragi looks like he's been pre-queued. It's very, very close to it, and we'll be hitting that one very, very soon. And there's Ring of Nibelung sat in his Hersa's pocket. Needs to whack that guy in the temple. There.
It's a sign of skill.
The longer you hold on to them.
How long you can keep a relic in the hands of a Hersa or hands of your hero before you put it in the temple.
Must buff them slightly or something. Must do.
It should. It really should. It should give every unit that picks up a relic should have like a 5% speed boost.
As an aura
which gives them a 5%
yeah.
speed boost.
That's it.
Yeah.
Oh, the hoplites trying to come through, but no, the watchtowers are here. The Draugr, I mean, they can go on to the villages, but I think they might... Oh, looks like they do actually manage to snipe one. But how many hoplites are going to go down for this one? Looks like a fair few.
These raids are very, 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 very risky. You get and you pick off a villager and like, yeah, I got a villager, and then you don't even realize you just walked away with like 6 hoplite deaths.
Yeah, unfortunately those raiders got slowed down by everything else. They could have picked off an extra hoplite, but I mean, not going to do much in this next fight unless he gets a big restoration on him. The 2 HP hoplite. And the next stage is through. No Asgardian Bastion dropped down yet for Pegasus. He does have a gold mine that he's moved out onto, so could potentially drop it down over here if he wants to. Because he knows the slow blue army was over the other side, but it is taking a beeline straight to this gold mine. Does have to watch out for it. with a potential bronze push coming from Kavoth at some point.
Bronze versus Tempest generally favors the Tempest from memory, but he drops the Tempest first, and Kavoth is just going to run. He drops Restoration here to try and keep his units alive, but like all of them are just getting stuck. It doesn't even matter.
I don't know about that, because it's the less units you have, the kind of more seem to get stuck in this ice. So it's a little bit rough for him. And Pegasus wanted to do that to basically allow him to drop this hill fort. So got some decent damage. Still has to deal with the restoration. Not the restoration. Still needs to deal with the other one, the bronze, a little bit later on. But will have his Asgardian hill fort to jump into and play around. Yeah, so when you're saying bronze up against the Tempest normally goes the Tempest way. Is that the case? Just because the bronze units can't really deal the damage.
Well, yeah, because all the bronze units that are getting hit by the Tempest are doing less DPS, right? Because they have 20% less attack speed. So even though you're doing less DPS as well, because your opponent's got more armor, it ends up sort of equaling out. But you've also got less speed. Half your units get frozen. So it ends up being a bit of a tough one to sit in there and actually take. But with Kavoth now sitting with bronze, all he has to do is get full pop and then just go on an attack move, basically. And he should be having some sort of success here.
It looks like Pegasus' army. I mean, he's got a decent amount right now. He's going straight for Kavoth before he can muster up a decent army. There are going to be some Scyllas on the right side, taking out the Kraken. There is one longboat, I assume, with the upgrade. No, he doesn't have the upgrade, which makes him a hero boat. So the Scylla does win that fight with the 3 heads. And another raid on this wood line coming through from the hoplites. This is brutal. There's nothing around.
This is just what Kavoth does. Like I've played against his Zeus all the time. He loves the 4.9 speed hoplites. Running in, killing villagers. There's not really a whole lot that Norse has versus that. So you have to find a different way to find some value, and Pegasus is looking like he's going after the main base.
There is a nice wall up for Kavoth on this side. But Pegasus does definitely have the army here. There is a bronze that could potentially come down. Would be Pegasus's opportunity to run away, unless he really thinks he can take this fight with the wall and the bronze. Like he's just
kind of can, because
the fight. He's got so many units. Yeah, so there's nothing really against these strong axemen. There's only a few, and could just scoot them back a little bit, which is exactly what he's going to do. Hydra's
this one Hydra might get a lot of value here, but it is getting focused down. But that also allows Pegasus to deal with everything else.
And so there was no heroes
Not
really
Pegasus,
left from Pegasus. It's really confusing me that Pegasus isn't playing Zeus.
Yeah, it is. It's confusing. It's very confusing.
The Scylla getting mad value for Kavoth too. There's also one on this left side that did get taken out by a longboat, but not respecting the gentleman's agreement to just act like the water doesn't exist. Going in with his myth units, going on these raids on the fishing ships. It's absolutely brutal while this is all going on.
I wouldn't be surprised here if Pegasus is just saving up for another Tempest in this position.
He's very close, actually. Very close. The hoplites on this side, they were the raiders. They're just gonna go and bail, and then back to the middle, and it's Vidar coming through.
Bit surprised on that.
Clicked up. Yeah.
In this specific situation, when you're playing versus a Greek that doesn't have a fortress down on their gold mine, hell is disgusting. You kill off all the villagers, you kill off all the army. He doesn't have restoration. He doesn't have a fortress.
So that's straight out of the Loki playbook. Get a decent Mythic Age time in when there's no fortresses up. Even animation cancel the Nidhogg. Ugh. Goodbye villagers.
Disgusting.
And then see whichever way the villagers are going, hit your special, and there's none of them left. It is brutal. Absolutely brutal. But Vidar, I mean, he does have his big god power usage if you can hit the right spot.
Yeah, if you can hit it, you can hit it. I'm yet to hit it. We could see Mass
Yet to
Fafnir
hit
here, which
it.
would obviously dominate, but
We won't see it, but Fafnirs have been... They just keep getting buffed. Why not?
They don't need any more buffs. They are very, very, very strong units.
Like, it sounds bad because you give gold over, but you just don't realize how much damage they do. The AoE, the poison, the fire breath, they're tanky as hell.
And then you don't realize that even if you gave your opponent 250 gold, like, they don't even know how to use that anyways because they're terrible. So you're just gonna build them anyway.
It's
right?
like they didn't get it.
That's right.
The Tempest very close, but actually instead just baiting for the Inferno. Oh, he's used it over here.
Oh, big Inferno. This is well and truly clicked on. A perfect explosion, and Kavoth's army gets obliterated.
That's
absolutely obliterated.
That's how to do it. Just,
that's never worked.
For taking notes.
never, ever have I seen that amount of damage with an Inferno.
Crazy play. There is a fortress now up on the front gold mine for Kavoth, but not many units there at all. So Pegasus is going to come in, raid on this one, trying to drop some military counters back. Not gonna happen. If the boar back at home.
Come in to try and take out the fortress, I guess.
I mean, yeah, he does
a
have...
Mythic Age fortress. Mythic Age boar. It lasts for ages.
Yeah, so 40 seconds. By the time he gets there, 35 seconds, he'll be able to take that out. Look at the amount of crush damage this... Oh, okay, maybe... Yeah, probably.
One bolt on the Fafnir. There you go.
250 gold
that's probably,
in the coffers.
That's probably actually value for Pegasus.
Yeah, 60 favor for 250 gold and gets rid of the myth unit when you've only got one hero. I'd say it's a solid bulk target. And actually, he's got a decent amount of units out now.
Kavoth's held on nicely. He's doing a good job. He does lose his fortress. He's still got a back gold mine with just a little bit of gold. We'll have to move forward soon. But the big problem in this specific game is similar to that Ghost Lake game. There aren't many gold mines on this map, and I'll tell you who this favors. It favors the Zeus player if the Zeus player gets to the Mythic Age. Cheeky fortress, and Pegasus is going to say, well, excuse you, I'll build some berserks, and you will have some trouble here.
Yeah, so a nice conversion there, but there's going to be more Kavoth units coming over and more gatherers trying to get to this position, and another raid coming through. And I believe it was Pegasus that went up to the next stage and just spammed all the upgrades. And that is one thing about Frey, is you don't really get the big power spike when you're right in the next stage, apart from the big god powers. It takes a while to get all these upgrades in. 100 seconds, 125 seconds, 100 seconds. Like, you gotta wait. You gotta wait for that power spike. And a lot of his units
he does have them all in different longhouses, so he's going to get it through relatively quick. But this is still this game is still going to be a big issue here for Pegasus to solve. He needs to make sure that his gold mine is secured. He can't really be taking inefficient fights here. But I don't think he is. I think he's taking a good fight.
That was a decent trade there. He pulled his throwing axeman away so that the Peltas had basically nothing to go after. Then the Berserks get on there, start wailing on those Peltas very, very nicely. Peltas now kind of taking down the throwing axeman behind. Odysseus going to be losing his life. Pegasus is fighting underneath his fortress though, but seems to be doing okay. It is still just Peltas back there. So putting a stop to that gold mine, and Kavoth is going to have to run away. And on this left side, Pegasus did manage to secure it.
This kind of looks like Kavoth has sort of found himself without a gold mine. And while there are a couple more on the map, it's not going to be easy for this to work. We see even more Berserks converting.
24 villagers left.
You don't really need an economy here, do you? He's got full gold control.
If you don't have gold, I don't care how many villagers I really have, as long as I do and you don't. The berserks.
There's also a Tempest in the bank as well.
275 favor. And a hill fort coming up on this side.
There's a lot of villagers on the temple here. As 3 Hydra queued up. I want to see him do the same thing he does with his White Horse Cavalry, where he pops them into the temple and pops them all out at one go.
The 3 dinosaurs all at once.
And he's looking like that's what he's going for. Watchtower's in.
It is the Kavoth special.
Yeah, 3 units popping out, catching you out is a lot better than 1 unit popping out, catching you out. See?
Yeah, because there's no real heroes here.
No.
Here it is,
2 Hydra out. There goes
2
the
dragons,
Tempest,
dinosaurs, whatever they are. And the Tempest is going to be enough for Kavoth to say no. What? That's a wild game. A wild Midgard game.
Super well played by Pegasus. I love the acknowledgement of what the map was and just saying, I know that I'm behind on villages, but I also know that I'm in front on tech. And if I just convert into berserks, I can hold everything and it's going to be perfect.
Yeah, to finish a game on 28 villagers in the winning seat.
Here I was thinking it was bedtime, and these guys say, no, you must play one more.
One more.
One more.
Goes down to a best of 1.